There we are. All right. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday evening. Welcome to Second Thought. Saturday, Dr. Francis said something when she was setting the tune for the show that really was really cool. A lot of people, especially people who just come in on Facebook, believe that we came on Facebook because of politics. Today, Dr. Richardson posted a reminder from Facebook 2012 when she was in Liberia. And I have my picture that I'm going to post where 2005 I was in Liberia. In fact, not only did I go to Liberia, I also went to Ivory Coast. I went to Ghana, on refugee camps. So it just reminded me of how far we've come, how consistent we have been. Facebook Live did not revolutionize until 2015. 2015, we were already on air, talking and educating Liberians. So it's we are the longest running two women, okay, platform that now we extended with our brother Supreme as producer in Liberia and able to carry our voice all over the nation. So tonight we'll be talking to you again. Yes, while we're on the phone, if you have not gotten paid, Brother Supreme, then you know that I sent him money while we're on the call on Sunday. So he's gonna go ahead and pay you. And then we're gonna take that. We save unless we go to the next term. So we say like $5 if you get if we get to 10 and two-person win, we split the $5. It's just to buy a calling card or maybe get you some money to set it to be a part of, to encourage you at least to be a blessing just for that day. Now, the question tonight that we want to ask you is, where is the vision for the nation? And who responsible to set the vision? Like in your household, who set the vision for your house? Is it the children or is it the parents? Is it the husband, the father, the mom in collaboration with the father? Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. Brother Supreme, start us off, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Cecia. I want to just say good evening to you, Cecia, and good evening to Doc, who is somewhere, somehow monitoring the program. And
Mm-hmm.
to all of you across the world, across the globe, listening to us, this is the program, Second Thought Africa Radio Broadcast. And this is where we meet, like you heard Cecia say, to talk about our country. Last week on Sunday, we were here. We hosted a district representative, Nima Kane District 7 representative,
Right.
Musa Hassan Berete, where he spoke on several issues. He unveiled several hidden fights, something that is happening behind the scene that we didn't know. He unveiled that to us, and many people were shocked with some of the figures and some of the revelations from Representative Musa Hassan Berete when he even talked about the retreat that they went for as the lower house, that the Liberian people did not benefit anything. It was meaningless. They could have even done that while in regular session. So again, we want to welcome you tonight. You know that the schedule has changed. We are now on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays. Every night, about this time, to talk about our country. So yes, thank you so much, Cecia. And just to inform you, I got the prize, the winning, the winner's prize that you sent me, and I
Mm-hmm.
already disbursed the winner's prize. Is two persons won. You remember one Gay, one Carrier Gay, Air Carrier Gay, won, and he received his $5 as you instructed. And also, I was able to send the $5 to Elizabeth Cole, our
Okay, good.
female winner. Yeah, she was on my back this evening, and I was able to
Yeah.
transfer her $5. So she got her $5 this evening, and yesterday morning I was able to send a Carrier Gay his own $5. So the rest of the winners, those who will win, potential winners today, your money is already here with
Mm-hmm.
me. So we can even take up to, we can get 7 winners today, no problem. We can get 6 winners, no problem.
Yeah.
Your money
You,
is
you real
already
you
here.
real you real Liberian. Oh. So the
So I
moment you
just,
get money, you're ready to spend it.
yeah. So
You would
yeah.
have
So
told me we
by the
went
time the
to
money
three.
comes, we're ready to spend, we're ready to pay out. So
We
we
ready to three.
yeah, we just want to
Okay.
thank everybody for being a part of the program. It's not really about you winning something. It's not about you getting money. It's about you participating in
Uh-huh.
our discussion. Having your
Yes.
voices heard, and
Yes.
then just if you are lucky, you walk away with something. So
Amen.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here. I'm happy to be here tonight again to talk about our country. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you, Brother Supreme. So tonight, I went back to watch the show from Sunday, and I was very perplexed, meaning I was very discouraged, very unsettled. Okay. Chairman Billity revealed that in the last 5 years, okay, that's up to 2022, the Liberian lawmakers, okay, spend on themselves the money that they took that is not accounted for, that is not their salary, $271 million, United States dollar, $1,000,000 and not $100. You change Liberian dollar and $100. $271 million could have built, road, and connect all the major highway in Liberia. All the major highway based on estimate. All right. And he said just in 2023 alone, $59 million, almost $60 million was spent there. So we're talking about in 6 years, $330 million. We're not talking about $1 billion, then all the money that is missing. All right. Then what begs an answer is, where is the essence of the people that you sent to go represent you? Now, I know tonight plenty of you will be calling in to tell us, all right, how the people don't care for you, how the people will just come and show up and bring your back away, and you think they care for you. The thing is, though, there's a saying that goes, you fool me once, you are the fool. You fool me twice, I'm the fool. All right. So I'm speaking from experience because I was in Bone County, I was in Grand Bassa County, I was in Mangibi County. We, a team of us, we were in Nima County. We literally cover most of the district. Brother Supreme, is that correct?
Yes, you are right.
Okay. And you were telling us, you don't know the person. You don't know that person. And the essence of saying you don't know that person, it was not because you really didn't know that person, or because you didn't think the person would do a good job, but because we believe in it through coffee with drink water. So when you say the people corrupt, we ourselves we corrupt because we make the decision. I'm sorry, I will hurt a lot of feeling tonight. We make decision based on who we know, how we ourselves will benefit. All right. Yesterday, we yelled with those that were there. In 2017, 2016, when I was in Liberia, educating people on how to vote. Some of you say you didn't know why you were voting. Now that you know the power is in your hand, now that you know that the people you're sending them into your rice storage, okay, in your rice kitchen. But the person that come that you know they can't do the job, that you know they don't have good record, you know that person in that place there can do plenty of things, but because in the meantime that person came and gave you few dollars, that person came maybe ahead of time and gave you one head of rice. Okay, he said, just put me in the kitchen. I will be giving you and your children more food. So you forget about everybody. You take that low thing they give you, then you vote the person, knowing that the person had already cheated. All right. 2017, I heard y'all thinking, you know book and you country dirty, fly don't live like that. You know book, you don't know book, we will vote for you. Okay. Forgetting that your law in your country is written in book. Forgetting that you're making farm. My grandparents made fun to send their children to school because they had never been free school in Liberia. They say they're government school. Most of the government school now autopart. All right. So now you're telling me the people don't care for us. But then let's start with us, ourselves, including my own family people. Do you care for you and your children? Do you care for your neighbor? Do you care for the people across the river? Do you care if the person next door house is on fire? I will say in my own voice for what I saw, because I was in Saclay, and I will not tell you the time that we went to. Sis Denise were out with us. We were going from place to place, especially there were a group that were supposed to do pool washing. And she carried stuff for them, so because they were going to be there all day long, all right, for them to be able to eat and go. Some group king, they were really mad. And they said because they didn't get anything, they're not voting. We'll see who will vote for that man. I let my team go in the car. I told them I was coming back. I went back to them. I told one of the ladies that were there, I said, you got to vote for Musa. Musa, he need a job. He needed to change Liberia, to change this district, to change your life. Musa can afford to send his children to school. Musa can afford to take his children out of this country. Musa can afford to do this, to do it. But if you don't vote right, and you vote because you want somebody to give you something, that the only reason you will vote, then don't vote. Because 6 years from now, we'll come back, you will still be here. So tonight, let's have a candid discussion. Don't just shift the blame. Bring yourself to the table and tell us your role you play. What you going to do differently? When you make assessment, you was thinking, you in casket, you not in casket, we'll vote for you. If even the world sanction you, we will still vote for you. The rest of the world over there giving us money, tell you, the person bad, the person been stealing from you, the person that the people are the reason you're suffering. Look at the kind of money they stole. Now you're telling all the American people lie. 200 American people gave us millions or hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Just in healthcare alone, they gave us over $90 million just for healthcare. Now, our people still don't have healthcare. $271 million. Better yet, let me play this. Professor Prince, do you mind if I play Chairman Benedict speaking to us?
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead just for those the benefit of those who didn't listen last week, so they can hear him say it himself.
Okay. But go ahead, you can add your voice while I'm looking for this.
Okay, so while you're looking for that, I just want to talk about some of the trending issues in our country. I know you've been following the video of the flooding in the city, in the nation's capital today. It was heavy downpour of rain, and that led to serious flooding in the capital to the extent that even at the Capitol building, where the lawmakers sit, the rotunda of the Capitol building is leaking, and water was all inside the building. All over Monrovia today, people, as we speak, people are going to sleep. Some people are not going to sleep in their own houses tonight because of the flooding. And this has been an every year thing. I don't know what our government, this new administration, what mechanisms are they putting into place to, reduce the impact on the ordinary people? Because most of the things, the drainages are clogged. Most of the drainages in the nation's capital are clogged, and that should be the responsibility of the ministry, the Water and Sewer Corporation. So many people were today complaining about the lack of action, particularly to ensure that those who are building, on waterways can be removed, deliberate actions to remove them, so as to prevent the impact of, the rain, torrential rain, heavy rainfall in the nation's capital. So that has been, everybody been complaining about the rain today. It's very been raining in Monrovia today heavily. Besides that, did you see a video where Senator Johnson is threatening to be an opposition to this government if President Bouaka fails to remove Grisby, to dismiss Grisby? Did you see that video? He spoke on Sunday in his church. He has said that Grisby is a bad man. Grisby is not a good Sylvester Grisby, who is the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the principal assistant to the president. They have said that if President Bouaka doesn't take action to remove Grisby from the government, Senator Johnson, will become an opposition. He'll be forced to go into opposition life to criticize this government because Grisby should be nowhere around the presidency. Grisby is not a good man. And many of us be talking about the questionable nature in which Grisby has been proceeding, around the presidency, from the appointment, saga, all of the mistakes and errors, to the decisions, some of the decisions he has been taking, moving forward, asking for money, and all sorts of things that have been happening around the presidency. So Senator Johnson has said that if Grisby is not removed, he's going to go into opposition. Like, I want to see whether President Bouaka is going to yield to his call. He has said it's not a threat. He said it very openly. He said it was not a threat, but it was something that he was serious about, calling on, he did that in the church, calling on President Bouaka to immediately remove Sylvester Grisby from the government because Sylvester Grisby is a bad man. That's one thing. I want us to, yeah. And,
What
and,
a
and
joke. What a
oh yeah.
joke.
And
Grace is
finally, you there is this appointment that was made by the acting deputy governor, James Wilfred. Many people have said that President Bouaka, I don't know who advised President Bouaka, but he was the wrong choice, because this man, is indebted to the bank. The same bank is sending him to be deputy governor for. He has taken over $90,000 in loan, and he has defaulted on the loan payment. So many people are a little bit apprehensive over why President Bouaka should select, with all the qualified people in the country or outside of the country, why would President Bouaka go for not Sylvester Grisby, but James Wilfred as deputy governor of the bank when Wilfred, is indebted to the bank? So this morning, the Front Page Africa newspaper carried the banner headline, "Government Asset or Liability." Many people, who comments will be following, say he's a liability, and those are the bad apples in government. They should not be nowhere around the new government, because this new government came on the mantra of transparency, accountability, and integrity. Somebody owing the bank that is indebted over $90,000, can break the bank down if he goes up as deputy governor of the bank, where he's going to be seated in decision making, area. So those are the few things I just want to talk about before we move on. Since you can play now, so others can listen.
So first thing first, let me play the floor today, but let me say to Liberian people that are listening, okay? Your city is literally built on top of river and the ocean. And you are digging all around the country, selling everything that you can sell. Okay? That's number one. Number two, the drainage are all clogged. I grew up in Monrovia, in Montserrado County, Monrovia. Okay? And in the last, let's say about 12 years, I have not seen beforehand how much flooding and back to back, because we're building in the march, we're building in the waterway, we're digging all of the guardrail that protected the city. Okay, we're digging and selling everything just to play big boy and big girls. That's what we're doing. All right. So I'm gonna play this. Then we're gonna come to Wilfred. Let me add my voice to Wilfred. People like Wilfred will only get job in Liberia based on connection. There is no way in hell that Wilfred will be in a developed world where the rule of law stands, that you will take money from a bank and they will take that same bank and default on there, okay, and go back to go work for that bank. It will not happen. All right. Yeah, you have the right to go file bankruptcy in other countries that have, if you have the latitude to do so, but you will not be getting on that job because you forfeit the agreement, especially he being in a position of power. All right. There are certain places, certain job in the world, in the developed world, that if your credit not good, you can't do it because it puts you in a position to be compromised. You will not be a bank president, okay, or a bank governor, or any mid-level manager at a bank, especially a state-owned bank or government-owned bank. If you don't have your finances together, it will not happen. Just like in the service here, all right, you can't be in that kind of thing. They pour you credit because they don't want you in the end to betray the institution that you work for. You get a certain degree in life, okay? Integrity becomes very important. Morality becomes the hallmark He's not a moral person. I see some of the Liberian people who are kissing or looking for dollar bill come under there and they can write well. These are people that are supposed to be educated. Educated does not mean you're intelligent, and educated mean you read. Okay, I'm talking about in respect to academic. All right, you went to school, you passed your test, you have a degree, but you have no moral. He have no ethics. Most of them don't. Somebody can say, all in band, that not crime. Yes, it is crime. Yes, it is crime. When you take from what we need to ask is, Brother Supreme, in Liberia, why when the small person borrow money from you, you go bring police, they arrest that person, they carry them to jail. The big people go and take plenty of money with their, even the UP-led government, they borrow money, some of them 40,000, some of them 80,000, some of them 200,000. How do you give somebody a paycheck loan that they have not earned? All right, no collateral. You take somebody 90,000. Just like when we started with CDC government, they took 200 or 300,000 and give it to McGill. The moment he got appointed, they said that paycheck loan. When does this change? What is the vision for the nation? But we will go deeper into that, and we have people calling for that. Sis Ernestine, welcome. Brother Richard, welcome. Let's play this. What is happening with this floor stuff that is happening here? Y'all listen, Liberian people.
You see buckets all here. You see there are buckets lined up in different quarters of this particular place. Staffers here at the Capitol building have been working tirelessly since this morning, trying to pull out the water that has flooded this particular portion of the Capitol building here in the rotunda. Let's see if we can put in some light to give you a view of what the situation is right here. All right. So as you see, folks, it has been a flooding situation here at the Capitol. Okay, so there are portions of this particular place. So this entire portion of the Capitol building cannot be used today. As you see on the flip side there are some staffers here who work at the legislature. All right, those folks have been seated because some of them work in this particular area, and since this morning the flooding situation has left them in a position where they are unable to do their work. Some staffers of the Capitol building are languishing about in the building because of this severe flooding situation. As you see still here, the buckets, these are the buckets that the staffers have been using to pull the water out of this particular area. You still see some of the buckets right here. These are the buckets that those folks, have been using to make their way to get the water out of this particular area. We're going to take you upstairs to show you what the situation is like there. And as you see here, some of the staffers trying to make their way. It's been a flooding situation here. I want to see if we can talk to some of the staffers so they tell us exactly what the situation has been. Good morning, ma'am. How are you? Okay, so, what has been the situation here since this morning?
The water after the rainfall,
yeah,
and the water begin to flood up, then passing through the windows, the second floor,
okay,
the whole window is open. So from upstairs there, the water floods all the whole offices.
The offices? You mean some of the lawmakers were dislodged as a result of the flooding situation? Wow. So it affected the House of Representatives specifically? Okay. Wow. So, but what is the situation now with some of the offices that were flooded? Has the water gone down now to some extent?
So, yeah, I think you can take it down.
Okay. Has this embarrassed your work here today?
Okay.
I think, yes. Yes, I think we can take it down because I we just spoke about that. But my thing here is, for the situation with the Capitol building, I don't want to consider this as flooding. I want to consider it as leakage, right?
Yes.
I want to see this as leakage because flooding upstairs, of the Capitol building, it's not possible. The thing is, most of the roofs are leaking. There's leakage. You heard someone say there's a big place upstairs that's open, so the water can enter through there. So
But,
that's neglect.
yeah,
That's neglect. That's lack of
exactly,
maintenance.
exactly.
Yeah.
But Brother Supreme, for me, it is sickening. It speaks to the leaders. I see we sit around when people die, we give them praises. If you had an opportunity to impact Liberia for 170, almost 8 years, and all you did was cut your share of the elephant meat, I ain't got no respect for you. If last time, Chairman Welcome, $330 million, okay, total. The 59 million for last year, the 271 million, when you put it together, is $330 million. $330 million would have built schools for that small country in every 5 miles radius, at least an elementary and a middle school. It would have connected, if we are really put our money, we are connected the major highway in Liberia, all right? To even repair their own building. These people wear Gucci's, they wear Louis Vuitton, they get their shoes on and their glasses on and get in the street that they want man call yours. When people see you out, they say, look at that, but you have nothing. You have no self-respect. This is a shame. She on Liberian leadership. She on those who came before. She on those who are there now, because those who are there now were hired to reverse or to reshape or to reimagine Liberia and give her hope. All right. When we had a conversation with Chairman Ability here, I have been the morning I almost didn't go to work. I was perplexed. Okay. I spent 44 years almost of my life advocating, speaking, doing Ebola, the largest platform in America. Some of us don't not come brag. Okay. NPR, I faced, Georgia have over $40 billion budget with only 10 million people. I faced the governor of Georgia, challenge him because they were stopping Delta Airline for going to Liberia. And I told him, I called him out straight and called him a racist in so many words. And I was not as feisty as I am today and more grounded as I was, but I was pissed. When those news got out and got on NBC, CNNBC, Channel 7, Atlanta Live, people started calling. The Whole Foods, the Costco, the Sam Club. The next thing we know, the U.S. government got involved. We went to Emmerich for Obama to come. When I hear a Liberian that is informed and educated, that the grace of Liberia, scholarship have carried them, and you said to yourself, a miracle relationship. In 2002 alone, America brought almost 16,000 Liberians into this country, the first wave. In 1994, starting from there, all the way up to now, last year, bringing Liberia, they didn't need visa, they gave them green card. From different refugee camps, they gave them green cards. There are almost between 250 to 500,000 of us in this country. We should have like the largest community in this place of immigrants that came here on resettlement. What do you want? But we refuse to take it at our house. And you want people to get you visa so you can run away. All right? But you keep making the same decision. I don't know this person. I don't know that person. Oh, what in it for me? Look at that. I'm taking the picture. I recall it and I'm sending it. Yeah, that means I had to tell her. I will send it. I just won't let you all know. The millions of dollars he's being given. Who's the administrator for? Who are the administrator for the last 6 years? Nyomli Kanga for the Senate.
Yeah, rules, order, and administration.
Yes. The administrator is the manager. Okay? It is the manager. The people will say Sashi Affair. The one who conduct and make sure everything is in order. All right? That's the administrator. I don't know who the administrator now. So shame on us as Liberian, and shame on the voter, because the story that you don't know the people that you voted for, I don't believe it. I'm sorry, come at me, but I don't believe it. You know who you voted for. You know how you voted. Because the very people that you voted today, you rejected them. Our in Liberia, in pipeline, a few young men came to me and a few people, and they said, these people are molesting our children. I the one who talking, then I'm stopping talking. I'm talking about what they told me. How they were propositioning young boys before they can get scholarship. I learned this word, cross the street to Susanna. You won't compromise yourself for position or for office or for scholarship, all of that. So you know who you're voting for. All right? Bad people don't change overnight unless you see the change in them. All right? This is sorrowful to say. It's like a man who got money, leave his wife and children, go outside and ball, take care of everybody else. But he comes home and his children have no roof over their house. And their children have no food to eat. His wife is begging people to eat. This is what it looks like. That's the easier way I can put it. But Supreme, what your voice?
Yeah. So we also, when the new administration, when the new lawmakers went to the Capitol building, before some of them could even go into the offices, they had to renovate it, from scratch. That's the level of leadership we see at the House of Representatives and the Senate, particularly the National Legislature. Whenever administration changes and there is a new breed of people coming in, they have to start from scratch. I saw Representative Billy even literally fixing his office from scratch. So that's exactly what can happen, because I don't know whether they got money in their allotments that is there for maintenance, the maintenance of that building. Today they were just exposed. The rain just exposed them. That there's a need for certain things to be done that has not been done. For me, I would think that today, was a very shameful day for the National Legislature. The last time we saw no water in our bathroom, people go to visit lawmakers, they can get water in the bathroom, and they had to be using the container to ease themselves right in the yard. Also disgraceful.
That is so shameful. Oh my God.
Yeah, so shameful. No water in the bathroom. Many times we went upstairs, you want to use the bathroom, no water. So sometimes the maintenance people will lock the bathrooms and they will write on it, no water. So please go downstairs. It's very shameful. Very shameful.
I would tell my story, and I said it many times. I went to Liberia to bury my dad. I was raised by two men. So I just want you guys to understand. I was 5 months, almost 6 months pregnant when I left from here. The doctor advised me not to go. It's so funny. And I used one of the minister proper office, because I had a family member that worked there. I was in the street. Okay. And Brother Supreme, and I'm telling this story, I say it over and over. The truth never had. Once you speak the truth, it never changes. By the time I got out of that bathroom, because you have to you take the water and flush it. Brother Supreme, I end up going to the hospital. I end up changing my flight. I got sick right away. My whole body was on fire. I got to America 3 days later. The baby died in my stomach. This is a true story. My baby died in my stomach. They could not do anything when I got here because it was too late. Because of what I encountered. I was on treatment in this country. Okay? So I know what nasty is. That when I go, when I'm out, I really don't eat. I don't drink. I can be sweating. The water coming out of me, I will not, because I don't want to use the bathroom. And if I'm somewhere I used to use the bathroom, I will have to go outside in the bushes. Me and Doc, y'all saw on the picture when we and Chairman then were out. We carry our lapa when we're traveling. We make our own fence and we use outside. We don't go to nobody building unless the place where our host say we must go. We know it will be clean, it will be secure, and you know who most of the time our host is, or all of the time, and that's how we keep it. All right. So that is a shame. It's the reflection of the people who are, when they say godliness is next to cleanliness. Hey, James, when they say godliness is next to cleanliness, clean. It's not just on the outside, the cleaning of the soul. That's who they are. All right. But I want to place this. Let me play this really quickly. What chairman spoke up the other day. And
Yeah.
yes, let me, if you didn't listen on Sunday, please go ahead. I want you to listen to this. Okay. I really want you to listen to this. We'll play about 5 minutes of it. Hopefully we can capture it. Okay. So let's go here.
There's no legislator to hold it accountable.
Y'all hold on. Let's go back a little bit. All right.
Are you on?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
here now.
fine.
You actually, yes. So this is what.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So for those of you who are just joining us, we have Representative Billy of District 7, Nima County. He is telling us that he did ask, for the house to be audited, as I read the letter to you. But they told him, they sent a letter back to him saying that they want to do their procedure first. They want to check the documentation. They want to check, the policies. Then they will decide those things. They will check it first, and they will decide where to next. In the backdrop of what is going on in the House of Senate right now, in the Senate, we see that money are shifting. Every day there's money hala in our Senate. This is what Representative of 5 started to ask, to see, to check. And now we are waiting, because now his concern was we are going to be cherry picking. Which government are we going to audit? And he was going back, all the way back. Okay?
Everybody want to do audited. But they didn't do that. Now the people now start picking audit. Then they want me to know. Don't know big no.
So for 2014, yes, you had asked for 2014 to 2023.
Yeah.
That was going to be the Unity Party and the Georgia government.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just know that the part I want to come is
so now,
yes.
Mm-hmm. They will get an audit, right? Or you're already being audited. Have you been audited?
Whether they like it or not, they will get an audit. I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sitting down near the president, and he started near the president laughing.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody he was telling me. They will audit the place. That one I enjoy, though.
I know you are.
Look, there has to be accountability.
Yes.
And our country is literally running into anarchy.
Do you hear that? Our country is running into anarchy.
It's violating every law because it has concluded that there's no legislator to hold it accountable.
Do you hear that? No balance of power. And Chairman, not only have they concluded that, they've concluded that our people will not stand up to them. Okay.
But that's why I was telling on the other show today, I say everything that happens to the people is sweet for them. When you going to vote, make demand of the lawmaker you voted for. If you don't want a man to take $15,000, $10,000 as pay, do resolution, let it sign. To say when I go over there, I will not take more than 2,000, 3,000. I will not take more than 500 gallons. Do that, but you close your eye and vote. Then the people reach there now, they enjoy it, then you want get fair.
And Chairman, that's not only to the legislature, it goes to also the leader of the country that you elect, the president. You cannot say that the man don't need to debate, the man don't need to tell you what you will do, the man don't need to do this. So what we need to do at this point is, Chairman, you need, moving forward, maybe Liberian people will ask the people who are running to be president to do this, to do that. But let's go, we've gotten that part. Let's talk about the $20 million shift in the budget. We want to, yes.
That's criminal act. Those people should go to jail. They should be arrested and removed. A criminal act, those who did it, they are rogues. They don't belong in public office. And anybody, amen, you will see my other side.
Brother Supreme, let's get some background information on this $20 million. So when the budget, usually the budget starts from the executive. The budget is a picture or depiction of the president's agenda. Because if you say I will do this in the developed world, they will say, show me your budget. Your priority, it shows your priority, where your priorities are. Okay, what important to you. All right. So the budget will tell its own story. All right. If the president say what important to him at education, you will see it in the budget. If you say what important to him at healthcare, you will see it in the budget. Okay. If he tells you that agriculture will be his priority or important to him, you will see it in the budget. So it starts from the president and it goes to the legislature. Then the legislature will go and say, okay, this one is correct, this one is well, or maybe talk about what they need to, how they need to shape. And when you leave the legislature and they sign, because it's a draft, the president, it goes to the president where everything else. But so long that budget went to the president, to the legislature, and they approve it, that particular budget is what the president going to use. If you make any adjustment in it, he will have to go back. If he does not and publish it, that's fraud. So this is where the chairman is speaking to, right, Supreme?
Yes, you are right. You know, they have the appropriation power. Only the national legislature has the appropriation power. So when they acted on the budget and they sent it to the president, it was only for his signature. It wasn't for him to, you know, do another adjustment on the budget because he had already submitted and they augmented the budget that he sent. He sent a budget very, you know, a little bit smaller. The legislature in their wisdom thought they needed to add up to it, which they did. They augmented the budget and then they sent it to him for signature. All he needed to do was to sign it or not to sign it. But to you know, while signing, in the signing process, something happened. Some figures were shifted, which is illegal. That's why Representative Benedict is saying it's criminal. And those people who didn't need to go to jail, they are common criminals. They're not supposed to be in government. That's why there's a need for this investigation to be fast track, so that the Liberian people can know who tampered with the budget, who altered the budget. And this alteration, our understanding is took place particularly around integrity institutions and the Ministry of Health. We all know how many volunteer health workers that are waiting, eagerly waiting for their issues to be addressed. So if you are you're taking money from the budget that was already approved by the National Legislature for health, that means you'll be undermining the operation, the health operation of the country, which is criminal. That's why the lawmakers need to be very serious. You know, this thing be happening, it's been happening from successive governments. You know, and that's what Representative Benedict saying. He got vexed when he heard people say it happened in the past, so it might happen today. Yes, the United Party government, you know, past used to tamper with budget under former President Sally. Many times we heard about budget alterations, budget being tampered with, but they never used to. The lawmakers never used to stand their ground. That's what Representative Benedict said. The executive has concluded that there is no legislator to stand up to it, so they will do anything they feel like doing. You know, because there was nobody there to really stand up. That's why at this point, the national legislature need to put the country first above party politics and stand up, because this alteration is forgery and it's tantamount to interference with another branch of government's function, you know, which is very criminal. This is very, very serious. And the House, the leadership needs to get to the bottom of it.
Brother Supreme, the word where you're using shifting, that good word, they change it. They illegally changed the numbers the way it was agreed upon. So, Brother Supreme, can we take a few calls because we don't have much time?
Yes, we can take a few calls. Today we will go at least 10-15 minutes above our time. Are they going to pick a number?
We appreciate that. I put minute on your number.
They got numbers that they will pick for. Are we going to take winners tonight?
We can take winners tonight, but let's put in the number. Let me pull my own number.
No, you be the one. Just do the selection for the group today.
Okay.
Do the selection for the group. Keep the number to your chest until after the show. Whoever wins, then you will do the pronouncement. Okay.
All right.
So I already started getting calls. Let me take the first caller, and this caller is a winner. This caller is one of our winners, the last time winner. Hello.
Okay, then my knowledge what they did with what we gave them, though, where they thought on that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a called Francisco.
Francisco, the husband to Elizabeth Cole, right?
Yes,
Okay, so please go ahead. Your wife won $5. Did you receive it?
yeah, I have the even that's you. That's it. Yeah, for so much for good contribution.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Okay, so Francis, go ahead now. You've been listening.
Yeah. It's a quality. See, many thank you people for the topic. I'm very discouraged. I want to talk on the question on how who should we blame? Whether we are citizens or our government. And the blaming to understand the whole officials of government come from our very self. Our very self. Everyone should say, we don't look at how people make decisions. And they all went around, so it's not regain their cases, or we are making away by little things. Small thing can put our heart. When somebody comes over with, then I would say to compromise our right, we're not seeing them for the future, but the little that they will bring to offer that day is probably APSC, commonwealth, you go to see in the Bible. That's how the brain. Number two, how to do is elect later. Those guys go back down straight up, give it to them when they're still leaking out. Oh, man, things are roof is not leaking. They have to never get near to the other thing. Everything's encouraging.
Very discouraging. Yes, our lawmakers, the offices are leaking. So most of them didn't work today because of the leakage. Their roof leaking.
They didn't work. They need to dock their pay because they know the administrator for that building know. They have maintenance for and that the administrator responsibility to make sure the building is maintained, that make sure things are functional. Besides the rule in the place that place is up and running.
Thank you very much for your participation. So please attend our numbers. Number one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's take more calls. The numbers are only two numbers we have tonight: 0778 603-814, 0778 603-814, and 0881 48-48-45 are the numbers that you can call all across Liberia. Call and have your say on Second Thought Africa tonight. Yasini Martin Kwe is in the US, while I'm here in Liberia on Truth FM 96.9. We want to hear from people from Grand G there, River G, Sino, Maryland, and other places, faraway places tonight. Grand Basso, call us and have your say. We always say, speak down or forever hold your peace. What do you make of all that you just listened to? Let's take another caller.
This is Timothy John. He get reducing some calling on the Market Secretary.
Okay. Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to stay there. Yeah, I think even Sunday when I called, I said I call it really what I've made, but I can blame the executives that I can blame fellas say what they are doing is good. But look at our legislature, the state in which they're supposed to take to put in their feet to the fire, they can do it, get to that state. They can just be there for themselves, they can sell themselves to the executive. And they are allies. They are the ones that will speak for us. That's the tune I was speaking in. It doesn't, what I'm saying, maybe what they are doing is good. And then I think for the High Court of Parliament, it's not the first time, even for Joey, I think it's happening. So you just think that they just do, even the press got painted up there, I think 2011 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah, they paid the man. The man had to lie down on the floor.
To pay the man, yes.
Yes.
They were halfway to pay the man. They were crying like they were going there over and over. And it's I know the paying you and no did it and none of
the man lied down in front of speaker, but for Chimba car.
Oh, you're talking about they gave him some of his money. I don't know they gave well in contact with him because we carry the story here. Yes.
So they want to
yes.
It will happen to get him money out of
people who are making millions of dollars refuse to pay somebody who painted their building for $25,000 they were owing the man.
Yeah.
And when you reach in a horse, everything there, but they probably pay off that easily. We can't understand Liberia. That horses are very beautiful, but they probably said why they can get the money. They can't even take care of it. You use somebody ministry, I look. But when you see that horse, it's decent.
So, Dr. Richardson's son, let me say this to you. As a young man, that your future they're playing with. The citizen, I wanted to say the Bible. Our Constitution says, we the people, you give them power. You know, the other day, Chairman Billete wrote, power resides where power is recognized. If you know the power in your hand, we just saw the course of Kenya change. The young people, all right? I see the new thing that the UP government is doing, using intimidation. When people say they will protest, they're ready to put police in the street. But the police people need to understand, when we get a government that's for the people, most of you will not have job because you're regime police. The last time you were out here biking, some of you are carrying guns. Some of y'all watched that little boy, what do you call it? Solusu gotten beaten while y'all were washing. Some of y'all went to LU and watched people, children. And the thing in this age, we are looking at y'all. So the president is the father of the house. Okay, the lawmakers are your representative. It is the president who has the agenda. That's why I say hold the lawmaker accountable, also hold the president. Let's take some calls.
Thank you. So please pick your number before you go. You made your point.
Yeah, pick your number.
20 what?
23.
23. Dr. Richardson's son said we should give him 23. Thank you very much. Keep listening to the program. Okay. At the end of the show, we will acknowledge the winners. We'll announce them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the numbers,
the paymaster.
The numbers are 0881 48 48 45. Another caller on the line. Let's take callers. I want fire with calls. It's already 12 o'clock. Hello. You call from Menla?
Yeah.
And you say your name is Victoria Gay? Yeah. Okay, Victoria, please go ahead.
Victoria, welcome.
Okay, we blame ourselves. We made the wrong decision because every time they will come to us and fool us, and today they're suffering. That's what you said. So pick a number. Pick a number, please.
And then splinter, then you go vote for them, so they and their children can enjoy.
So pick a number. Number 1, O-N-E. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we got two number 1, oh.
Yeah, 2 person to pick number 1. Let's go back to the line. We want to hear from people from Bassa. It's 6 minutes past 12. We will push on small tonight because we started a little bit. Myself was sleeping now until 6. They had to wake me up. The telephone call woke me up. So let's take more calls. We want to hear from you. Let's see this person. Hello. Yes.
You got to ask them, though, Brother Supreme, what they're going to do differently this time when people, because all of us know each other, all of us live in the same community, all of us know people who know all of us, especially the people where you are elected in the past government and this government. You all knew we are children. People were fed up we are before he came to, especially the group behind him, before he came to power. Their group, you all said then you are the one then in 2017 because they stole, they did this, they did that, and you all brought them back. So you all know, all of us know each other. At least if you come to Liberia and say something, I say I come to Liberia and say they pay to run. But you will ask Brother Supreme, that woman, that your sister there, tell me a little bit about her. You will find 2 or 3 people to find out if you don't know me. That your duty, because your children's life depend on it, your life depend on it. Brother Supreme, go ahead.
Yes, of course. So they're listening to you. The question is, what do you want? How can we do it differently? What do you want to do differently to change what the current the status of our country? Good morning. Elizabeth Cole from Menla. Go ahead. Yes, that's why you and your husband can't sleep. You can listen to the show. So try our lucky number. 41? 23.
23. I got 223, 21.
23. 23, right?
Yeah, 23. Yeah. Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Elizabeth. Thanks a lot. So let's take more calls. 0881 48 48 45 and 0775 265 949 are the numbers. There's another caller here. Let's take you. Morning.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. Please be audible. What's your name this morning? Where do you join us from? Jack Logan.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I love the show this evening and in fact this morning. And your question is how do we do things differently? But for the sake of this question, I'm going to just say something. But if the question has not come, I'm going to say the best thing to do is not to get in any government leader or position in Liberia, because it's a virus that will be attached to your territory and there's no remedy for such a virus. All right. But then, since the question has come, the only thing I think we can do differently is to reduce the salary of all lawmakers down to even 1,500 per month. And you will see that those who will not want to teach, they will not want, and those who need more money will not want to go in government, especially in the House of Representatives. That is it. The second one is lawmakers, especially representatives, should not be the one to decide the salary of civil servants.
But they are the lawmakers and salaries are by law.
Yeah, we can amend that part of the Constitution so that we take that power from them. Because always they will not want anybody to go above them. When it comes to salary scale.
Okay. So that's how you think we can do it differently, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Logan. Please speak our number.
Number 20, if you have it.
Number 20, yes. We have number for 1 to 50.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack Logan. I think he's the head of the business community here in Sacramento City. You can do the same.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes past 12. You can do the same. We are still here. We still got some more minutes to take calls, participate, speak out your mind. How can we do it differently? You know, today was a very sad day for our country. The first branch of government, flooded, leaking, as if they don't have money. So, and that's the same, laissez-faire attitude that we do to our public buildings. Look at the Ministry of Finance, the same thing. Ministry of Finance building, someone when they're ready for that building, we have public, there can be public outcry before they can paint the building. We saw the same thing. Yeah, we saw the same thing happening here.
The day before yesterday, it's a shame. It's so sad.
So sad. Yes. Let's take another caller. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, darling. Yeah, thank you for the show.
Okay, what's your name? Where do you join us from?
My name is Aaron Carter. I join you from Barclay.
Yes, Barclay. District what?
District 6.
District 6. Go ahead.
I thank you for the holiday show, and I thank you for yourself too. You always talk about this, but we did not know we are very full at all.
You believe yourself for the current state of your country, right? You there?
Yeah, I believe myself because we are not the supporter here.
Why are you blaming yourself? Is it because of the lack of education or the decisions you took? Okay, the caller has gone. I thought you would stay on the line to start our winning number. But since you have gone, no problem. We can still take more calls. We still have some more time to take more calls. I see Hassan Berete, the human rights justice man, is on the. I saw him. He's on our live, also watching. He's fighting to bring justice to our country after all the mayhem. Okay, but numbers are 0881 484845 and 0775 265 949. Since y'all The callers are not coming. Can we now begin to?
The wind down. I wanted to add my voice to Mr. Logan.
Okay, so let me just take this. Let me take this person. When they hear us going, I think they can be calling. Okay, welcome.
We got 2 minutes. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning.
Okay, the of the number of cancer usually they call capital letter.
Okay, Mr. Capital Letter, go ahead.
Okay. You know, it is a shame to hear that job at the capital building was ordered today because of flooded, areas. Do you know why? Liberia, the law of Liberia was paid for Hule, for Rubia, and all of areas in Mabuba. And we can, Bon, Zoba, and Branches were not part of Liberia. So we blame ourselves. I'm a teacher. They are volunteer teachers in the private schools. And they are not considered. We have skeleton and books. They are not considered. Why Liberia people to behave like this? So when they want to represent us, you are not representing us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Papi. But don't go try our lucky number.
Number 5.
Number 5. Thank you very much. So that's the last caller. We can't take any more call. Since you gotta go, myself too gotta go. We're already in Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Spring, for availing yourself. We'll be back on Sunday evening, guys. We will have another representative on this platform to tell us where he's doing in his district and how he's helping to change his district. But let me say to and adding my voice to Mr. Logan. We said if the politics of a nation is more lucrative than the industry, that nation is doomed. That's the thing with Liberia. In Liberia is the only nation, okay? Let's go to Africa, all right? That only the politicians, because I know Liberia, I'm not going to talk about other people's country, can become millionaires. They bring nothing. They can come from selling wool on the sidewalk, can start from selling kerosene. They can start from being stealing in the market, beating in the market, and the moment they go into government, they have money. And then you who elect them, you have nothing. And you are at their mercy. All right. Mr. Logan made a good point. In the country that I live in, y'all want to compare? People go into government when they've already made it. That when they go to government. In Liberia, you say people must go in government and have government experience before you can give to them. In the developed world, they tell you go out, prove yourself because it's competitive, it's merit-based. Then come in the government and bring your experience to change the country. All right? That's why you need to know. Somebody who don't know anything, those of us who went to school, you go to school, you learn to operate in government, to operate in private sector, to operate in non-for-profit. All these 3 segments need to be inclusive. Now, if you reduce the pay and all the incentive for lawmakers, only those who love Liberia, who want to make impact, because the power that is in their hand is more than even the money. They will have to be self-made to go into that. There is a request to display the flood of the in the Capitol building due to the I can post it later. I'm gonna do at the moment. I'm gonna post it for a few minutes because Supreme got to go. We got to get off air. All right. So it is a shame that we are paying people more than the nation that has trillions of dollars budget, and they're there divine money stealing when the money. How can one small group of people $330 million in 5 years? That's why they all are millionaires, and your children are worshiping them. So y'all who the citizen, y'all have the right to petition one another. Y'all collect 5,000-10,000. Somebody lead that and say, y'all help us, they'll collect it. Let me move around. Take that signature to the Capitol or place it on Senate. We'll post it. And tell the people you want the lawmaker salary change. All right? Y'all got to stand up for yourself. You elected them. You give them the power. You give them power. You have the power. The Constitution says we the people. But Liberia is an embarrassment. Your leaderships are embarrassment. They only care for themselves. Our children are dying. Women are dying. No school fees. I wake up every day to 50, 200 information. Children asking for help to go to school. Why would children have to beg to go to school? Why would parents have to beg to educate their children? When your lawmaker can take their children to some of the best schools in the world, private school or international school, you don't think your children deserve a chance? Education in Liberia is a mandate. It's a constitutional right. You should not, and they say send your children to school. It is the government job to send your children to school, to build schools. Okay, but look at them. They can't even take care of the building where they themselves live in. What a shame. Now, what I want to say, my people, next time you make decision, you make it for tomorrow, not for today. And change is not backward. Change is not what you know. Change is always the unknown. Change is where you never been to before. The road you never passed before, that's change. The person you never dealt with before, that's change. Because the people you dealt with, you already know them. You see, there the Messiah was talking about yesterday. I'm pressing into my because he dropping, he beat the white chicken, he dropping, and oil myself will come for him. And Brother Supreme know that. And we talk to him in the back. Keep him. So, Brother Supreme, thank you for availing yourself tonight for us to have this conversation. All of you who called, those of you who win, I think we got only 2% won, and they all had number one. We are not going to split it because it's number one, because there's not that many persons. So I think we have two. We are number one, we are number 17 and number 22. Only number 1. Elizabeth is always, the two people that had number one, I think Elizabeth won again at $5 each. Okay? So,
okay.
Brother Supreme, Brother Supreme is the paymaster. So you can say good night. The people are saying your good night. Okay, man. Kwale pay. Kada bovoke. Kado kazuta. Kaka na voke. Yeah, cabin di kale ba yudo basondo la mo mine ba yudo edonu eke mi temo e wa mi domo e wa ba family mo amo mi le ba mo vote ale si okay le Danochon nieces are not voting for her. I mean for him. Your own sister not voting for him because they know what he capable of, where he won't carry this country. Okay, so you're good night, Brother Supreme. You can close.
Thank you, Cecilia. Let me say congratulations to our two winners. Those of you who called number one, the two persons that called number one, that picked number one, are the winners for tonight. If you didn't call number one, I'm sorry, you have to try next Sunday. So we will arrange after the show how I can get the winners their money. Is already here. I'll just do the right thing to make sure that the right winners get the money. Congratulations to you. Thanks to all of you who called. Those of you who didn't, let's do it again. On Sunday evening, we'll be here at 10 o'clock. At which time we'll have the opportunity to talk about our country. But again, I'm disappointed in the way the National Legislature, the picture that came out today, the video that we saw today is disappointing. You can't sit down and you say you got money and then your house is leaking. You can't say you got money and then your bathroom, the place you can go to eat yourself, is not clean. No water in the bathroom, no running water. I remember when Representability first took over, he had to take on some of the initiative to put water at the Capitol building. It's very shameful. These people say that over money, they make appropriations, their salaries, their humilities are too much for them to be sitting down in dirt. Be sitting down in a leaking environment that when it rains, you can't go to where your documents are all destroyed. This is very shameful. Imagine what happened to the other institutions. That's why when Superintendent called me up, governor of this county took over, she had to use her personal funds to face government building. I was finding all that. There should not be people taking their personal money, that they should use for their families to be facing government properties when there are allotments. What happened to the allotment in the Ministry of Internal Affairs to face these buildings? With Public Works Ministry, other institutions that are responsible for maintenance of public buildings, they should be doing their job. It should not be people taking their personal money, and at the end of the day, you say, but I use my own money. We don't want to be hearing that. So I just want to say,
it's not even it's not ethical. It's not ethical.
You can't be using your money to run government errands or do government job. Government got money. Government is well positioned to take care of our own institution or infrastructure. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Thanks for the opportunity. Dr. Rachel, I know she's somewhere watching with people with us on Sunday. Until then, thanks to the management of RCR too for giving us the opportunity to always be here to talk to our people. Thank you very much, and good morning. Thank you. So let's go
Amen.
again.
Thank you so much, Brother Sapri. Yep. So I'm gonna play this video. Some people wanted me to play it. Say Yamicho, Brother Lofa, welcome. Thank you, Brother Supreme. Good night. You can go to sleep, and I'm about to end at this point. So I'm just gonna play him and play the video. Lofa says, like De Leon buying new furniture. On this post, somebody else said they're taking home $22,000 a month. But they can't. I mean, it's so embarrassing. It tells you the people don't care for the country. They don't care about you. They don't give a fig about you. So go dance for them. They say you know them. It's about relationship. They are not relating to you. You are relating to them. You are the one relating to them. All right. So what we need to do now, y'all need to do, citizens, especially young people, that your future they're messing with. Y'all go ahead peacefully and write a petition. The 15, 16, well, how many ever county? If you can get 5,000 person each signature and put it together, you only need 10,000 signature and tell them you don't want them to take gas anymore. They need to live in the district. And they can't live on the money that they make. Okay, we don't pay for gas for our lawmakers. And they can't live on the money they make. We don't need to pay for their horse gear, their cook and this. We don't. That money needs to go into the private sector. We don't need to give them money to give scholarship to build their own army. It put the country at risk. The scholarship need to be merited, but it's the story for another day.
And also, Tricia, you don't need to be giving $45,000 to somebody who is coming from America to come to work in Liberia as resettlement benefit. We don't need to be doing that.
And I totally agree. We talk about this. That is wrong. That is stolen, especially the country that is begging to pay people. That nurses not taking pay. Now you got 15. Brother Sapri, talk to me. The 15,000 volunteer teacher, is that only in Nima County alone?
Yeah, 15,000. That's for Nima County alone. That's the estimate for volunteer teachers in Nima.
Who's supposed to train your workforce? If the people who's supposed to train your leaders, if the people who's supposed to build your capacity, your human capital, you got them working pro bono. They can't even feed their own children. I see why Liberia is so behind. I see why the children, because they have to go. When we were coming, Dr. Richardson and myself and Rosa were coming from Nima around the Yasuna area. The children have to go work on a teacher's farm.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how you pay. That's how they pay the teacher. That's the way they pay the teacher.
Farm. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Some of them got hurt in the process. Some of them are abused, in the process. But that's the only thing.
Wow.
And meanwhile, you're giving the education minister who are living alive in the US for the $5,000 just to come back home to serve for people, and then they will say, "I can't sacrifice."
And when she was working, she was not making that kind of. She was not even making half.
So that's like the role for us there. But thank you so much, Cynthia. I have to rest. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good night. So now let me play this. Somebody wanted me to play this video. So I'm going to go ahead and play and call it a day. That's what we're going to end on. All right. Here we are. I've been here 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. This is your capital.
Mom, how are you?
Shame.
Okay,
Shame.
So
Shame on Liberia.
What has been the situation here since this morning?
Shame on Liberia.
After the rainfall,
yeah,
and the water begin to flood up, then passing through the windows, the second floor.
Okay.
The whole window is open. So from upstairs there, the water floods all the whole offices.
The offices? You mean some of the lawmakers were dislodged as a result of the flooding situation? Wow. So it affected the House of Representatives specifically. Okay. Wow. So, but what is the situation now with some of the offices that were flooded? Has the water gone down now to some extent? Okay. Has this embarrassed your work here today?
Not per se, but at least some time.
Is this the first time that this place will be flooded like this? Wow. Thank you very much for talking to us. Okay, so as you heard from one of the staffers there, these are the buckets that the staffers have been using to get the water out of this particular place, I will have to remove my shoes to take you around some of the places right here. As you see, the place is still flooded. This is the first branch of government. And like you heard from that staffer we just spoke with, um, this place, okay, so as you see out there, so the flooding situation has been coming from all angles of the building, as you see. So from this end, extending to the rotunda there, you see right before us. So it's a whole flooding situation. So if you work here at the Capitol and you are still making your way to work, just come prepared because there is or there has been a serious flooding situation here. Electricity was cut off temporarily because of the flooding situation here at the Capitol. And like you heard from that lady, some of the offices, some of the lawmakers were dislodged because of this serious flooding situation. Imagine we're coming about 5 hours.
Guys, we have no copyright to that video. We're just, it's the news that we are adding our voice to, okay? And then in the end, we will say in chairmanability voice from yesterday conversation. Like he said, it's a shame on the nation, shame on all of us, shame on us who elected those people because we knew them. We rejected most of them in 2017. We knew what they were doing. And I wanted to say this, and I will say it on my Sunday show. All right. Let me say it to you. I listened to Mr. Fatiga on Spoon the other day when he said that was the one who brought about molestation in Liberia. That was a lie. When he said was the one who started importing drugs in the country, that also was a lie. Okay, I'm gonna play a video for you guys. All right, and here people promised that they were going to take our children out of drug places. Molu went around during the campaign talking to the children that were on drugs that y'all call Zogo, that if they voted for them, they will rehabilitate them, they were going to send some of them away to school, they were going to create jobs. They were going to take 1 million people out of poverty every year for 6 years. That's what they said, which was a lie. And it just amplified. And every day, each day, somebody is getting, I know I'm going to get cursed for this, and that's fine. I'm prepared for it. We are not going to lie. I know under the UP-led government, the Johnson and the Johnson-Bwaka-led government, they coined the term cross the street to Susanna. I've been posting and they've been reporting my post and been taking it down. Okay. Cross the street to Susanna. Cross the street to Susanna, okay, was the term that they use when they molest the little boys or they proposition you and you cross over in the name of scholarship, in the name of position and all of that. That word. So if you're talking about that, where was Robert Salif? Where was George Warner, the education minister? All right? All of these people. So to sit on a platform like Spoon or like closing argument and straight out, something have to be wrong with us. We will have trouble that the people believe we know better. We cannot continue to put ourselves in that kind of situation. It is wrong. Okay? Listen, I will speak my truth. You like it, you curse me. You like it, you call me all the names. I'm not looking for a job in Liberia. Okay? If we claim we were making all of this money in America, there's no reason for us to compromise our integrity, if at all we have, our morality, the life and livelihood of our people, okay? Just for a few dollars. That is wrong. All right? I'm going to play a video for you all. That in April 2018, I'm not saying they didn't do damage. People got killed. The UP-led government, people who have the big boys, who have story to tell. Harry Greaves were murdered. Inja Klopa were murdered. Plenty of murder took place. And Wiyaki and amplify it. All right? What these people did, UP did, And they did it with precision. They were more professional in their stealing, in their lying. Like the 13 million that we're talking about. With my brother Amara Kone, when he said the money was used in here, Dr. Golafale said he never saw that budget. So you stop. George, okay? When Dr. Golafale said he never saw that money, so no, Amara was never vindicated. We will not pick and choose. For me, I don't pick and choose. I'm not, but we will say the truth, all right? But I don't blame them. When I came here on Sunday, when I started, I said to you all, the report, some of those reports, Lofa is here. I say he copied a few years back when the order was done. John Malou will have enough information, but John Malou knew all of this when he raised over 300,000 to bring the very people that he called them the most corrupt ever. And John Malou didn't have to say that. Ellen herself said it. She said there are two things that she failed out. She failed to curb corruption. She failed to reconcile the nation. So why are we hiding that? Okay, so I will play for you that video. Okay, I will play for that video where KMTV, all right, were out there, all right, out there, trying to when just that the same way they're doing right now. When we are took over, that is the exact thing that the Liberian police were doing, the drug enforcer were doing. That's exactly what they were doing. They went out, and the next thing, they divided the money. Then they started harassing people. Their bodies started being everywhere. They're all over the place, beating people. That's what they're doing. So let me play for y'all what I'm talking about. All right. So to our Fatiga, our Sarah Ome, that was not a true statement. My cousin was raped and choked to death under the Ellen Johnson left and Bwaka government. All right. They were raped. In fact, Liberia were warned over and over. People who were traveling to Liberia, especially women, healthcare workers, volunteer workers, Peace Corps international workers, were warned, okay, over and over. If you're going to Liberia, don't get caught in the middle of the night. Don't get caught in this place. Don't get caught there. So you stop the lie. That is not right. We are honor. We are yes. Honor. We are yes. There was a pandemic. Okay, there was a state of emergency for rape during the corona. We know that over 1,000, over what? Yes, about boys and girls, women and men were raped. All right, were raped in less than 90 days, and we are declared a state of emergency for that. We know that. We know that. But to come sit here and say we are the one who introduced it, and they say we are the curb it. We are the even try. They just increase it. How you think the UN said estimated that about 70% of Liberian women were raped before they reached puberty? How do you think that? What did you get that from? Listen, I like to give to Caesar what is due to Caesar and to God what is due God. And the truth shall set you free. We're not going to stay here and say all the bad things that happen in Liberia. They're stealing. In this Fourth Republic, the UP-led government brought the stealing. They started stealing. When the people I knew were in government, the paycheck for lawmaker was $1,000 without all the preps. But the lawmaker who came before also stole. They would put money in the budget. They had to build a big building in Liberia and then turn around and rent it to the government. All right? So for us to sit here and can't say, oh, that we are who brought it. So when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf beat her chest and said to us that she took responsibility for the NOCAL money that disappeared, over 100 million. Was that we are? When Ellen said, when there was a report with Gafwan, and Ellen says she trusts Gafwan completely and put her neck on the line for him. Was that we are also? Listen, if we must change Liberia, if we must burst into sunshine, we must be forthcoming, especially those of us who have options. Option living in other people's country, option to earn our living, option to work hard and work smart and can do and make more money even than working for Liberian government. Clean money, good money, with our morality intact, with ethics intact, to show people that hard work pays. We must do that with dignity. But to sit and point in one direction, John Malou said in 2005, John Malou said he could never run campaign or vote for Pape Bouaka. John Malou said that when his uncle that is named after, who sent to school, getting scholarship from Maritime, he said he could never support Bouaka because he was corrupt, because the Johnson Bouaka-led government was the most corrupt government ever. In fact, when they did the order for the group of 77, up to today's date, $5 million, why did they take down all the audit report? I see some of you coming, but says you come down, and and we can do this, we can do that. I'm not looking for a job. I'm not. 1 year already gone. I'm not looking for a job. I always told you I have options. I grew up in this country. I got solid education in the country. I believe in hard work. I believe in honesty. I believe in learning constantly. I'm a lifetime learner. I believe in being bold, being serious, speaking my mind. Okay, that's the kind of person I am. I believe wrong is wrong, right is wrong. That's a universal truth. Treat people like you want to be treated. Okay, what is just is just. To give somebody $90,000, they ain't pay as a leader. Then you come back and say we're getting a job. Y'all, let me go get ready for work tomorrow, yeah. So I finish. Y'all good night, you're here. Y'all good night, folks. So I'm gonna leave the conversation with. I was trying to find my. I think I sent too much mail out. This stuff is not allowing me to do a lot of stuff. So I was trying to see if I can play that video where Liberian young people were being. Lord, I will play it on here. $255. This thing is not working. My laptop is doing slow for some reason. I think I got so many things open. All right, so I'm gonna do here. Quick name via. Oh, what is this? Oh, I'm in. Okay, I'm not supposed to be my school email. All right, here we go. I'm trying to see where I can pull this. All right, Patrick Kennedy. All right, this is slow. My laptop is sometimes freezing. I think I got so many windows open. All right, so we can play that on Sunday. It's not playing. I'll put it on my page, and you can look at it if you need to. I'll put it under here so you can see what I'm talking about, to give you an insight on what I'm talking about, because this is not working out. All right, so if you want it, I will put a link here. 2018 April, when we had taken over, the DEA were running all over the place raiding. Okay, they arrested a lot of kids. In fact, we are outlined some of the children, they naked them around that particular place. They were juking stuff in their backside. I have those videos. I will play it because they were on drugs. Instead of taking care of them, no. Instead of taking care of them, they were not taking care of them. They were beating them, juking stuff in their backside. I'm the one who says so. All right? So I know that. Here is your country. This is the future of your country. Again, I have no copyright This is Liberia. This is what the future looks like. All right. This is it. Lofa, where you say? Me, I talking you. Where you say, Lofa? Yeah, they will can't cost me today, go Lofa, so that when they aren't here. You see right here?
Say, oh, me.
At again, you can see them. See them, kind of have fun. See them. See them. See them.
Yeah, you need easy to spell, and you always want to right here. That's the future of the country.
See them. See in here, my people.
This is internal.
This is Stemma Baby.
You see here?
This is Stemma Baby.
You see right here?
Everything. Put everything down. Put everything down. Put everything down. Put everything down.
You see, they came to raid the place, right? They came to raid the place. Look at the other boss, so boom. Yeah, there's somebody now on here, somebody chat. You know what could the cause of some of these? Depression, hopelessness. You can't see your way out. Sometimes they just start small to ease their pain and get addicted. The nation needs a state of emergency. The last I checked, McCarthy wrote over 300,000 Liberian children, Liberian youth, the future, 300,000, over 250,000. Maybe by now we're around 500,000 on drugs. That is a state of emergency. Okay, that is a state of emergency. If you don't think so, all right. If you don't think so, if we don't do something, and the people that you hire, the children don't live there. The children do not live there. They don't. Most of them, the children are out of the country, or they're looking to find to get their children out of the country. What the heck is this? Why is this thing not doing correctly today? There go, Lofa. There go. Yeah, Lofa, your name is that correct? Your name is very easy, woman. That's the easy name I found so far. So the people know next time not to name the children Lofa. Okay, I'm trying to, when I talk, I like proof. Okay, that's how I see it. When I talk, I like to have proof. Well, Lofa, yeah, spelling Lofa some kind of way, yeah. Yes, yeah, Lofa Julius. Okay, my laptop don't want you to for me to pull it. So again, I'm gonna stop and I will put it to this end. It is not working out. So I'm gonna click the link. You have a good day, everyone. Good night. All right. So the next time you hear somebody tells you that we have started a rape in Liberia, that's a lie. It amplifies. Where we're heading, because before, a lot of us were not involved, or there were no social media. A lot of people didn't have the kind of fun. So we coming on buying fun for people. Some of me, I bought plenty of fun for people. I bought more than 100 fun for people. Okay, more than 100 phones. Okay, so I put in fun in 100 people or more. All right. So the reason all of us were involved, so we knew what happening, but it was already there. The ills were there. You all remember Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and what do you call it? Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Where they knock us were caught in bed having threesome with a young girl, underage girl, at least I'm told, with one other woman. You all remember? And Liberian people called for him to resign. You all remember that? That was out on we are? A grown man with grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, where they knock us. That means the one who talking. You're sorry, but we got to speak the truth. Y'all remember that? Y'all know the knockers get? I come and put everything on my page. Y'all go there, y'all will find it. Let them report my page some more. Y'all have a good night. Good night, everyone. God bless us all. But let's finish with Chairman Ability completing. That's all I'm going to play tonight. And now call her night. I already done enough talking. You are going to follow the
Everything
laws.
Unity Party
Yes.
doing today. If you don't want a man to take $15,000, $10,000 as pay, do resolution, let it sign. To say when I go over there, I will not take more than 2,000, 3,000. I will not take more than 500 gallons. Do that, but you close your eye and vote. Then the people reach there now, they enjoy. Then you want get fair. That's not
And
right.
Chairman, that's not only to the legislature, it goes to also the leader of the country that you elect, the president. You cannot say that the man don't need to debate, the man don't need to tell you what you will do, the man don't need to do this. So what we need to do at this point is, so Chairman, you need, moving forward, maybe Liberian people will ask the people who are running to be president to do this, to do that. But let's go, we've gotten that part. Let's talk about the $20 million shift in the budget. We want to, yes,
That's criminal act. Those people should go to jail. They should be arrested and removed. A criminal are those who did it, they are rogues. They don't belong in public office. And anybody, amen, you will see my other side this week.
Thank you.
Any attempt to sweep that thing under the carpet, I think they will expel me from that building.
Yeah. But Chairman, so let me just tell you some of what I'm hearing, some of the excuses that some people are making. Oh, this has always happened. This is what they do. This is historical. That's what I'm hearing.
That thing you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is pinning me and nothing is hurting me equal to the Unity Party attitude of almost comparing everything that GDC did. And I feel that it is unfair to the people. The people removed the CDC government.
Yep.
Because you said the CDC government were not doing certain
We're not doing, and we're not following the law. You are going to follow the laws.
Unity Party doing today.
Yeah.
But NCDC did it. NCDC did it. I mean, it is at that point in our body policy that every time I reach to that point, I just feel sorry for Liberia. And I come to the sad conclusion that one day, God will liberate this country.
Yeah.
Because the people themselves don't want to liberate themselves. The leaders don't want to liberate.
See the leaders,
but yet who vote for them? The people who vote for them, who vote for these leaders.
But you know what the leaders can do? Chairman, these leaders then, when they're ready, they go take back arrest our people. You know, when you add our people politics to it, the people get carried away. These leaders, we elect them to protect our people. Like, what are you doing? You coming back?
We need to inform the people that there are 6 years. The monarchy be carried away by 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to ask them to be strong for that 6 months to take decision that will benefit them for 6 years.
That's what you're doing. Okay.
Yes.
You're going to do agriculture development. You tell us right here today that you're building a nurse or school, preschool in Memphis. I think at Memphis you said, right? Yes.
Yes. When I decided to run, when I accepted a petition, I said to the people 3 things at the end of 6 years I would have achieved it. One is to make sure that there is light in every town and village in my district. That has been achieved 100%. The second one was to make sure that everywhere in my district is reachable. That has been achieved. I got 2 more things. I got 3 more things to do. I said I will make us food sufficient. That means we'll not go outside our district to go buy rice.
Yeah.
But this time next year, we will become food sufficient. I said we will have water and school. That is what I'm getting ready to face right now.
And you see the contrast, Chairman, between the plan and the goals and your aspiration for your people in your district. Okay, a lot of our leaders, they just come there to collect for, you know it, 6 months before election, before they come inside, you know, giving our people something for them to vote for them, and they're there for 6 years and they don't
The
do
people
anything.
should reject them. They should take the money from them and eat
That's
it.
what we have to try and
vote
teach
for
you.
the
That's why
right
we're here
person.
today. Thank you, and thank you for saying that. That's why we're here today.
And
But
so we will stand up. Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
no, I was going to tell you guys, I'm sorry, I have to jump to another meeting, so I have to leave you. We'll talk later with Yesenia, but she got our agenda, okay? I have to go to the Bond Education Alumni Association right now.
Yeah, they support a school in Beaumont, and they're trying to build their own school. So it's a really good project. Yeah, we believe that.
God bless you. Thank you.
Yes. Education is the passport to the world. So in my Macron X voice. So, Chairman, let's talk about the retreats. We're going to start with the Senate retreats. Okay. How much we are hearing a lot of stuff in the newspaper. 518,000 was spent for that 3 days. Normally, Cook was the one who catered the food. All right. Was that money? And the thing is, one thing I want to say to the Liberian people and say before Chairman you come in is that you were sent to the House or the Senate to work for the people. All right. If what you did is not in the interest of the people, even if you put it in the budget and you say it's legal, it's not ethical. Okay. It's immoral, all right?
I agree.
And it also is the responsibility of the judiciary, if they were doing their job, okay, to make sure that the laws that are being made, when the budget is crafted, that it aligns with the interest of the people. And if it does not, that's why they have the power of judicial review to come back and say, this does not align with the people's agenda, it's not in the interest of the people. What are your thoughts on that, Chairman?
The Senate, there are a lot of conflicting report, and I don't have privilege to their records, but what you just said in closing is the most important part, that when you make a budget, the excuse that the money is budgeted for so is legitimate is wrong. You because you have the power to budget, you can budget for foolishness, and then it should not be made right. So I agree with you fully that having the power to appropriate does not make